Alright, welcome back to Final Fantasy Fridays, Final Fantasy 6 edition.
Whoa.
Last time we did not a lot of stuff actually, but we did get some more summons. This time, we're doing something that I said I would do. We're killing Death Gaze.
Hopefully.
Using my new expert strategy
Murder.
of A, doing my blitz command on the keyboard instead, and B, using mimicking Phantom Rush and just doing basically doing 10 times the.
Also murder.
Yes, this is. So if you hear the keyboard, that's because I'm tapping out the commands over the keyboard.
I think it'd be hilarious if in one of these kind of games you just walk up to one of the mythical enemies, just stab them, and then that's it. That's all you have to
I've done
do.
that before. I think it was what, Final Boss of 2, I almost killed him like 3 or 4 hits.
You just stab them, just like, oh man, geek move, dude.
Oh, there's that fight.
It'd be like actually punching someone and when LARPing or whatever the fuck. But with like actual mythical creatures instead of just a bunch of nerds.
We have obtained
I
the
assume a bunch of nerds. I don't know anything about LARPing.
we have obtained the Bahamut Megasite. You know what that means?
No?
Giant death lasers.
Yay! That's always a plus. I like that. I like where that's going.
And that also means that I can use the giant death laser and then have Go-Go mimic for more giant death lasers.
I will always be down for giant death lasers, unless they're a meme. That's kind of overused at this point. But otherwise, yes.
Also off screen, last time I had a lot of trouble fighting Leviathan because of all of his water attacks. Well now, everyone has something that absorbs water. Terra and Sabin have the reed cloaks. Mog has the tortoise shield, and Go-Go has a saucer.
I'm sorry, it's just like everyone has something that absorbs water. They're all holding sponges or towels. What, is this not what we meant?
I wish. Make this thing a lot easier.
We're going to the beach.
No, we're going underwater. I should probably save. I just realized I should probably save. I just
That's
thought.
a drastic difference.
I realized I should save.
Guess I should have brought my scuba gear instead of my swimsuit.
That would have been really dumb if I had just gone in there and died without saving. Like, I haven't done that before, though.
I know I've done that before. I think it was in Super Paper Mario where I was in the final area, I saved, but I was dying and had no healing items and no way to head back to the main hub, so I was just essentially soft-locked, except not really. I think I eventually got out of it, but it was a lot of luck. I think I leveled up or something, or had a special item.
Alright. Second verse, we've seen this before. We are on the boat, the ship gets attacked. We're gonna be pulled under, it's Leviathan. Have I said Leviathan's health? 32,000. He liked using water attacks. Luckily we have stuff against that. Despite that he's an underwater creature, he is not weak to water, or to lightning. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna hit him with some lightning though. And he's dead. That was a lot easier with that water equipment. We have obtained the Leviathan Magicite. Alright. Now it's time to fight some cactuses.
I have to wonder why Cactars got so popular.
I mean, look at that. Look at that thing. Anything. But we have to kill... I don't know how many at this point. We have to kill a bunch. Also, these guys...
I don't think any Zelda... I don't think any Zelda enemy got that popular. I was gonna use Mario as an example, but no, Goombas and Koopas are pretty famous.
Well, the Zelda enemies change... The Zelda enemies usually change styles a lot. Like, a Moblin from like an old Zelda game looks completely different than a Moblin from a more recent Zelda game.
That's true. And playing through Zelda 2 has made that abundantly apparent.
The worms that show up instead of the Cactars are really weak to death, by the way. They are more often to die by the death spell than a lot of other enemies. Wait, did you already learn Ultima? Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, you probably learned those. Yep, sure enough. Look, and Cactars are weak to attacks that are guaranteed to hit, like Phantom Rush. Mr. Marcus and then choosing death.
I'm gonna never get used to this labyrinth. Is it weird that I don't really like deserts and RPGs, just in general?
I understand that.
Like, I don't like desert levels mostly, but in RPGs, for some reason it always seems like especially painful. In contrast, though, I like ice levels more in RPGs. Because usually there's already effects that'll make your character not move, like freezing or sleeping or even cursing.
Except for Pokemon Ice levels, those are, you know, because those have sliding puzzles.
I don't mind the sliding puzzles.
I do.
It gave me a bit of trouble in Pokemon Platinum or Pokemon Diamond, but I remember there were ones that I found much worse.
Like the one in Minish Cap.
Well, that's not an RPG. That's a
Yeah,
adventure
I
game.
know, but that's still a similar. That's still the sliding puzzle thing. Feels like I'm typing in some weird key command every time I go and do my blitz commands with the keyboard. So the reason I'm saving every time
It's like the bit with oh, what's the fuck that Yu-Gi-Oh card? Enemy controller.
I can't believe he says the whole line when you use enemy controller in Duel Links. Only he does that, by the way.
Dan got a real kick out of that.
Oh, what characters do we have to fight? Well, if I kill
Now, is this for grinding's sake, or...?
No, this is for Nesper.
Ah, okay.
Remember, I do all my grinding off stream.
Right. You decimated that Cactuar, poor
Yep.
fella.
Phantom Rush is is A, unmissable, and B, it breaks defense. Cactuars have a ridiculous defense, and you can barely hit them. But guess what always works?
You know, I almost asked the question, what are you going to do when you run out of Final Fantasy games? But A, that's probably not going to be for a while, given how long these are. And B, you already told me like multiple times you're going to go to spin-offs anyway.
Yeah, spin-off. After I beat 15, I'll start doing post-game content and spin-offs.
Oh my, post-game content. I can hardly imagine.
Oh! I forgot that I wanted to talk about something, which is that they recently announced that the next patch for Final Fantasy 14 will contain some Final Fantasy new segment of this area called the Omega whatever, where you can fight past bosses. The last patch had Final Fantasy 5 bosses. This patch, however, will have Final Fantasy 6 bosses. And they teased right at oh. Holy cow. Anyway, they teased right at the end of the trailer for the whole patch that the final boss of that area would be Kefka. That's gonna be fun.
Sounds like up my alley, although I couldn't get to it.
Yeah, that would take you a while to get to unless you bought like one of those get to level 60 instantly thingies. Speaking of Kefka, the Dissidia beta happened. That's been I am super excited for that game. Shame, I wish I could stream it, but it might come to PC eventually.
Oh yeah. I mean, if Danganronpa can come to PC, and honestly, all the Final Fantasies is something that's a bit more relevant to you. Like
They are all on here, aren't they?
mostly.
With 12's out next month, and then 15's out in March. Yeah, they're all on here. No, 1 and 2 aren't.
1 is missing. Yeah, I was about to say.
1 and 2 are the only ones that aren't on. Yeah, that aren't available.
Not counting spin-offs, of course, either.
Right. Oh, the only other spin-off of note that isn't on Steam is Tactics.
Ah, yeah.
Because Type Zero's on here, and I guess the only really two that are kind of related to is Type Zero, which was in Tactics. Because it's not like they're gonna put Mystic Quest on here.
You never know, man. They'll be like, hey, that Pro Jared video, that got it pretty popular.
Yes, you mean like Kingsfield? Not Kingsfield. Nope, not King's Game.
I think I know what you're talking about.
That game's out. I thought the game was. I was hoping that that game would never come to. That the worldwide version would never come out, but it did. Probably not doing very well. At least I hope it's not doing very well. Because no one should be playing that game.
What do you think is the worst Final Fantasy game?
Including mainline or spin-offs?
Including spin-offs. It can be a mainline one, but only if you think there's a mainline one is worse than a spin-off.
I don't know. 13's pretty up there, but I feel like probably from what I've heard, probably the worst one might be Dirge of Cerberus. That's gonna be a fun one to get to. Because not only will will be post game and spin-offs, it'll also be like After Years and the Final Fantasy VII, like Crisis Core and the 13 game and the 213 sequels and a bunch of the Final Fantasy 14 expansions like Heaven's Ward and Stormblood. Yeah, even after I beat all 15 games, I've still got a lot to cover.
And that's still not going to be for some time. By that time, they might have already made a 16.
I highly doubt that. But yeah, my goal for this year is to just get to 10. Not the 15, to 10. That is one of my streaming goals this year, is to get to Final Fantasy 10.
I don't know how long they are, so I can't tell you if you're wrong or right. I just assume they're RPGs, so they're pretty long. Though I know I have a similar goal with a certain series that I won't shut up about, so I'll just leave it at that.
You want to get to V3 by the end of the year?
I would like that, especially after playing it myself.
Well, I wish you luck. I feel like your goal's probably a bit more obtainable because you have to only do 3 games while I have to do. No, actually, I also have to do 3 games. Wait a minute. Yeah, 7, 8. Not counting 6. I have to do 7, 8, and 9.
It honestly comes down to how much of the post-game content we're going to do, and that I'll cross that.
I mean, you could do what I do. You could do what I'm doing and just save the post-game content until after V3.
Yeah, somebody suggested in my Discord to like do all the post games after finishing all the games themselves. But I don't know, I usually do the post game of a game after the game itself on stream, although that's rarely come up. I think the only time I can think of is OJ and Read Only Memories are the only ones that come to mind that do that.
Literature Club technically has it.
Yeah, I suppose, and I did that then. Except for the 100% complete thing, I don't know if I'll do that. If I do it, I'll probably skip through most of the dialogue you've seen already. I still haven't reset my file for that, so all the characters are missing, and that made me real sad. If I open it up, it'll probably be the second ending that Xeno showed me, so like the especially sad one. The like quote-unquote secret one.
Come on, where's the guy that I'm supposed to be fighting? I think I fought way more than 10 characters at this point.
I guess that's my New Year's resolution, because I don't want to set one like John does about beating a certain amount of my games, because I know a lot of my games are going to take some time. Like, even taking out the elephant in the room, like Zelda 2 is also going to take some time, as well as many other games on that list, even with my optional goals instead of actually beating them. But at least getting those games out of the way by the end of the year would be nice.
If I remember right, my goals were... Actually, I pinned it. I pinned this for... A, get partner. That's the opposite. Not partner, affiliate.
Affiliate. I was like, partner? I don't even know if I'll reach that.
That's a bit of a stretch, yeah. It was try and get to Final Fantasy X. Try and do a co-op game with all 3 of the other party members, so you, Dark, and Dry. Try and do at least 2 non-Final Fantasy RPGs, and try and get another trilogy done, which I've already talked to you about what that's going to be.
I've forgotten already. You can remind me after stream, because I was about to throw out some suggestions.
Well, you did you did give me a suggestion when I first talked about it, and I said, oh, okay. You suggested Metroid Prime,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and I said that I was already playing through those games offline because I'd never, or at least I had played Metroid Prime 1 this year, and I plan on getting 2 sometime this year.
You could play the Sonic Rush quote-unquote trilogy.
Rush Adventure, and that's tempting. That is really tempting. But I already made my decision, and I think I've played enough. I think I played enough Sonic games last year. Cause what I did, Mania, and I did. I think I did Battle. I did Battle as well.
I need to play Sonic like legit instead of like the weird ROM hack versions and mods that I've been doing.
And then the previous year I streamed Battle 2 and my first stream, which was Knuckles and Knuckles.
Oh, I thought you said Battle Kid 2, and I was like, why would you do that?
No, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I meant to.
Kyon would scream.
And then, although I think at this point I might be, because I calculated, it's like, alright, so I've already done, I think I'm up to like 24 right now, playthroughs, because 22 was RE5, 23 is Fancy Adventures, 24 is Hat in Time, so, and then 25 will be the trilogy, 25, 26, 27 will be the trilogy. Probably start the poll for game 30 around around the last game of that trilogy. I already have an idea for that. Sure. If it isn't obvious, I have a tendency to overplan.
I'm not sure how many I've done. Because there was OJ, Read Only Memories, Black Friday,
the Literature Club.
Literature Club. Danganronpa's not finished, so I'm not counting that. Both Bone games.
Poker Night.
Poker Night, yeah. Read the sequel.
Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, that one's in there. I think I made a list of the games that I played last year on that series. Because I listed
because you have a bunch of, because
best to worst.
Yeah, and you've got a bunch that you started but haven't finished, like Undertale and 7 Grand Steps.
Undertale, Golf, Danganronpa, 7 Grand Steps, and not Zelda 2. What was the other one? Maybe it is Zelda. I don't know.
Oh, Strong Bad. You did Strong Bad last year. I forgot.
That's right.
And technically RE5. But we finished that this year.
Yeah, that one's not technically mine. It's just one of the games that I beat. Okay, yeah, Read Only Memories, Strong Bad, Doki Doki Poker Night, OJ, Black Friday, Mighty Number 9, Country Justice, and...
Right, Country Justice. How could I forget about that?
What else? There's another game. Oh, right. I guess RE5, even though that was on your stream, but there feels like there's something... Oh, that's right, the Bone games. So about like 10 or 11 games beaten. Because some of these games on this list are... Some of these games on these lists aren't finished, like Danganronpa and...
I found it!
Oh, yeah, 7 Grand Steps,
Jesus!
that was on there.
The Gigantar! The big one! Immune to fire. 30,000 health. Really likes using 1,000 needles. Don't know how.
Disappointed the Bone games were underwhelming.
Are you seeing this right now?
See, you're in the overworld.
Oh. I'll give it a moment.
You're just kind of standing there. Am I that far behind? The Gigantor, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Look at his mustache.
He's huge! Also, he hits like a truck!
I need to check and update that. I think I've updated my backloggery of all the games that I put in, but I don't think I've updated that chart. If I can't do it, I might get Robbie or someone else to do it.
Yeah, this guy does two things. He hits hard and he shoots needles.
Like most cactus.
1,000 needles will always do 1,000 damage. Oh, I think I'm at the end of the boss. Because he's doing his desperation attack where he shoots. I think about 10,000. I think he shoots 10 1,000 needle attacks and then he dies. Which just happened. So yeah, be careful about that. If you are at low health, you will be you will probably die, like Go-Go did. But that's the Cactuar Magicite. Can you guess what that does?
Is it shoot needles?
Yes. It also looks like it gives us Vanish, Teleport, and Hastaga. So I should mention... So I should mention that Leviathan, Cactuar, Gilgamesh, and one other summon that we can't get are all GBA exclusive. You can only get them in the advanced port. So if you're playing this game like via the PS1 version or the SNES version and wondering where's Gilgamesh, like you should always be wondering. He is not.
I think that would always be the highlight to me of me joining on these streams is finding out about the Gilgamesh guy.
What are you sure? Are you sure? Is that better? Is that funnier? Or but what about Johnny Rockets? What about the Johnny Rockets?
I meant about Final Fantasy specifically. Johnny Rockets is pretty good. There was a lot of good stuff from like the main playthroughs. Brutal Legend also had a lot of real good stuff too.
I did enjoy that game. Despite, like, I knew I would have a lot of trouble with the last bit. What do I need to get? Oh yeah, I need to... Oh, you know what? Hold on, I forgot something. I forgot to get all this water stuff off of everyone. Oh, wow. When did I get this? When did I get the Sensatsuken? Here we go. Also, is that really your best weapon? Yes, actually it is. Time to fight Gilgamesh. Ah! Alright, as I was saying, it's time to fight Gilgamesh again. Hopefully this time it will go better. Alright. You all know what Gilgamesh has because I've said it before. At this point, Mog's not really on dancing duties. He's more on healing duties in general.
Mom's so cute.
He sure is.
Is it weird that I like Mog so much?
Yeah, it's a Moogle. Everyone likes Moogles.
Okay.
Google.
I didn't know if it was out of place or anything. I didn't know if the fact that he was a Moogle made him a popular or unpopular character.
Oh, I win! I beat Gilgamesh.
The only piece of fan art I saw was that boulder thing I sent you.
I mean, you saw the Moogles in 14. Moogles are popular, man.
Honestly, I don't know which Moogle is cuter, Mog in this or the Moogle that's in the racing game.
I completely forgot to Gilgamesh. Actually, if you steal off of him, he has every piece of Genji armor on him.
It still will never not be surreal that like
Also, we have obtained the
there was
Gilgamesh
a Final
Magicite.
Fantasy racing game. That I will never get over that.
We have obtained the Gilgamesh Magicite. What does it do? Quick and Valor. Valor's a new one. What's the damage dealt by each ally? Oh,
I'm gonna
it's like
because it seems like my connection is dying.
alright.
I might actually reconnect to the other internet so that we have. Actually, I can't. This is my only option. Oh, no. It just appeared, but it's even worse. So I'll just close all my background programs. Try to minimize its weight,
Is that everything?
workload.
'Cause I'm still missing a few spots in my Magicite list. I already said one I could. Oh, because there's the one I can't get, and then the other must be Odin. By the way, I might as well say what the other one I can't get. The other one I can't get is Diablos. Diablos you can only get from the post-game dungeon. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. I did miss something, but I don't get that I don't get that until later. All right. But yeah, Diablos is right here in the gap between Cactuar and Gilgamesh. Diablos is from, I think he's first from Final Fantasy VIII, and we can't get him because he's in the post-game game dungeon. Yeah, but yeah, we have all the Magicite we can currently get. I have first and foremost, because I need to grab There's a Figaro. So before we venture into this dungeon, we need to grab some reflect rings. Because those will be extremely useful in this area. Alright. So the Mage's Tower, or so the Fanatic's Tower is interesting.
Wait a minute. I thought we already did that.
No.
Okay. My memory is just playing with me again, I suppose.
So for one, you can only use magic.
Oh no. Wait. Is that good or bad for which characters? Does Mog's thing count as magic or?
No, we literally can only use the magic command.
Oh, okay.
Except for Go-Go for some reason. You can only use mine. Don't know why. This is why I suggested putting on all these reflect rings. A lot of these enemies are also just using magic, and thus most of their attacks will reflect off of you and kill them. That means the only things that won't, that don't get, ignored, that get ignored by reflect is gravity. No one can stop the flow of gravity.
Oh yeah, I trailed off earlier, but I think it's interesting going through all the different Final Fantasy games because all of them change over time. You got the NES ones and the Super Nintendo ones and the ones on PlayStation, and you move on to PlayStation 2. Actually, were they just consistently on Sony consoles after 7?
Yes.
Not counting PC, of course.
Right.
I don't.
7, 8, 9 were on PC. Sorry, 7, 8, 9 were on PS1. 10, actually no, 11 was on Xbox 360
Oh.
for some weird reason.
Yeah, I never really thought of Final Fantasy on a Microsoft console.
Not because it was one of the few consoles with like compared to the PS. Because I don't think the PS. I don't know why Final Fantasy 11 was only on the on the Xbox. It was also on the PS2, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't get why they did that. I'm gonna save again. Also, I should probably continue this. I can't do it.
Who makes these enemy designs?
I have no idea.
I think a better question would be who is the main artist on this game?
It depends on the game, really.
Who's the main artist on this game?
Let me check. After I'm done.
I mean, I guess I could Google it myself.
Yeah, could you?
Oh no, Mog died. And he shall stay dead.
The curse of the cursed shield. Alright. Another dragon in here. Got the holy dragon. Guess what? It likes casting holy. It also absorbs holy. And isn't weak.
It's like the water in church. I never understood that in like a mythological sense. I understand holy water. I understand holy water from like a religious sense, but I don't understand like the whole vampire lore and whatnot.
Oh, it's dead already.
It's already dead.
We obtained the Holy Lance. 5 dragons remaining. And we obtained a weapon for probably Shadow. Judging by how it was a Japanese name. And nope. Okay, so Flare can be reflected. Ultima can't be reflected. Dead. I used to have a lot of trouble with this dungeon. I remember having a lot of trouble when I was first playing through this game. Still going up this tower. Where'd the sound go? Oh, I think I know where the sound went. Everyone died. Except for Sabin. Don't know why Sabin was still alive after all that. Also, now I remember why I had difficulties with this dungeon, because of enemies like that.
It smells like we have chicken.
It's a good thing I saved.
Every time I see an enemy that I think looks the most absurd, somehow this game just gives another one. Level 90 and 60 magic.
Really tired of these
Yeah,
enemies.
right.
Especially since they seem to have a lot of attacks that just ignore reflect. that I had tonight. We have obtained the soul of Tamasa.
Soul of the what?
Soul of Tamasa.
That is a name, certainly. Ah, I see. For some reason I thought it was spelled like thought, like as in THOUGH somehow. Like that thought. I don't know why, since like nothing is spelled that way, except for that.
So this guy's such a good mate that he's gonna kill himself.
What?
You'll see.
I like this guy. I like his design.
Oh right, I can't cure anyone with Cura. Because I have the one fatal flaw of Reflect. You can't use cure spells on someone because they're just gonna reflect them.
So spooky, go! It's just a guy. It looks like he belongs in a Disney movie almost.
Wait, Mog had enough health to survive? Dude. How?
I don't know.
How does Mog keep doing this? Thank you.
So it's that Mog. It's that Mog magic. Mog magic.
Let's get off of this tower. Where's teleport? Why can't I use teleport? Do I have to walk all the way down? I have to walk all the way down now.
Nope.
Not looking at Graves. Maybe all those mages are gone now. Oh hey, all the mages are gone now. No, they're not. Of course not. got a lot done today.
Yeah.
We got the rest of the matches that I can get. We did this tower, which I thought was gonna take a lot longer than it did.
It's always nice when a stream gets a bunch of ground covered.
I think I might be accurate in the fact that I said that there might be 3 more parts, because the last dungeon is going to take probably gonna take a whole 2 hours. It's a big dungeon. You need at least 3 parties. Green cherries. That is nice. All right. Feel like now's a good time to end the. Whoa. Feel like now's a good time to end the stream.
I'm still not very good at these end card bits. I always ramble a ton.
They'll figure it out.
I'm Green Forester. I do things on places.
Places like what?
Twitch.tv/ the thing I said before, Green Forester.
Alright.
I know, I'm making this so not confusing or weird.
So, as for this stream, Tuesday, Thursday will be Hat in Time. We're about to finish Act 2. We're about to finish the second world. And is there only 4 worlds in that game?
I believe 4 main ones. I think there's a 5th one, but it's like, final level area.
Alright.
Oops, sorry. But that sounded terrible on my mic.
So as for this stream, Hat in Time will continue Tuesday, Thursday. Next week will be the rest of the. Looks like we've got 1 more side quest dungeon, and then some backstory for some characters, and then end of January, and then February 2nd should be the end of this game, and we can move on to 7. I'm sure a lot of people will be excited for that. Oh, and we got dragon hunting. I forgot about the dragon hunting. That's what we'll do next week, is we got a dungeon, and then we've got to go fight some dragons. Trying to remember which
dragons.
Do you remember which dragons we fought?
I do not. I just remember that we did fight dragons.
I know we fought the red dragon. I think we ignored. Did we ignore it? I don't know. We can talk about this off stream. So yeah, tune in next Tuesday for more Hat in Time. Until next time, good night, everybody.